Grade 3, Primary Maths, Book 3, Unit 1, page 8. Page 8. So on page 8, at the top of the page we have 3 dice. This is what the book tells you to use in order to do this exercise. If you do not have dice, then that's not a problem. You just write your own numbers. If you've got dice, you can throw the dice and use the numbers from the dice. So you throw 3 dice and you write 3 numbers here. You do the same in the next 2 lines as well. Then, just like in the example, you started with 1, 2, 5, so you write 1, 2, 5. Then you turn the numbers round and write the same 3 numbers in different orders until you've filled all the spaces. You do the same for all 3 numbers. That's that finished. Now we've got a question. What is the biggest possible number you can make using 3 dice? Well, the highest number on any dice is a number 6. They all go from 1 to 6. So if you throw the highest number with 3 dice, that would be 3 6s. So that would be 666. So on the number line, 666 goes here in between 600 and 700. Next question. What is the smallest possible number you can make using 3 dice? Right, so the smallest number on a single dice is 1. So 3 of those is 1, 1, 1. So we put 1, 1, 1 on the line, and that goes between 100 and 200 in here. And that's that finished. Now, here we have some number sentences, 6 of them. This arrow means bigger than, and the other arrow, so this arrow means bigger than, and this arrow means smaller than. So 600 is bigger than 550, so that would be a good example to put here. In the next one, number 2, you've got 120 and the down arrow. So 120 is smaller than any number that's bigger. So I've put 150. You can put your own numbers and then you finish answering all 6 questions. Page 9. We're looking at 3-digit numbers. You start with your number cards and you choose 3 of them. In the example, we've got 8, 4, 6. So you need to make 10 different 3-digit numbers. So you can use cards or you can just choose the numbers yourself. So a simple way of choosing would be to just think in terms of, right, okay, 9, 2, 1. There's a 3-digit number. You then do the same thing 10 times so that you've got 10 different numbers and you put those here. When you've got 10 different ones, then it wants you to write them in ascending order. Ascending means going up. Up. So if they're going in ascending order, that means the first one you write is the smallest one. And then the biggest one, we'll say it's that one there, 9. Okay, so the smallest one could be 200 and the biggest one is 921. You draw that list in ascending order using the 10 numbers that you created from the numbers 0 to 9. Now, pick 5 different numbers and place them on this number line. So you make another 5 numbers from these and you put them in the right place on the line. Now, pick 3 different numbers. Label the ends of these number lines so that you can place a different number in each line. So here's an example. If we chose this number, it goes in between 800 and 900. So you write 800, 810, 820, 830, 830, 840. Then we put our number and then 850, 860, 870, 880, 890, 900. So if we were to do this number, we would need to start with 100 and then 110, 120, 130 and 120. Let's change that to 125 125, so it would be 100, 110, 120, and then 125 would go here between 120 and 130. You do the same for the other two examples. And that's the end of page 9. Now, page 10. You're starting with a number. My number is 48. Then you have 3 sentences about the number 48. It has a 4 in the tens column. This is worth 40. It is 50 when you round it to the nearest 10. It is between 40 and 50. It is bigger than 45. It is in the 4 times table. Now, you do the same thing here and here. You make your own numbers. You choose a number. For example, you say 21. You write 21 and then you write sentences like this. Exactly the same, but using different numbers. Then you do the same thing with 3-digit numbers on this page. Same answers as this, but using 3-digit numbers. And that's the end of that page. Now, page 12. This is the last page in the textbook. It says, using 0 to 9-digit cards, pick 3 different cards. Write the 3 digits below. Use these digits to make 6 3-digit numbers. Place the numbers on the line using an arrow. So, you're going to make 6 numbers. They've got 2 here. You make 6, and then you do exactly what they've done. You add your numbers to this number line in exactly the same as the ones in the example. Now you've got your 6 numbers. There are 6 spaces. You write your 6 numbers here. Then you follow the instructions. You round your number to the nearest 10, and you round your number to the nearest 100. You finish these 2 columns. And that's the end of what we're doing in the maths textbook today. Right, workbook, grade 3, unit 1, page 6. Using a dice, or if you don't have one, you just make it up yourself. You roll the dice 4 times and write the numbers here. Then, this is an example. You've got 5, 2, 4, 5. And that number is written as 5,245. You do the same for each one of these lines. You roll the dice, write 4 numbers in here, do that for all of these lines until you're finished. Now you complete the sentences. The biggest number I made was, and then you write the number here. So in this case, it would be writing that number. And then it says this has, and then there's a space, and then thousands. So you would say 5,000, and then you give your answers for these other questions. Page 6, rolling with 3 dice. Make a 3-digit number. Write that in this column here as my number. When you've got the number here, you do 1 less, 10 less, and 100 less. 1 more, 10 more, and 100 more. You do that 4 times. That's finished. Now, you use the dice again to make 6 different 3-digit numbers. You write the numbers below, so you write them in pairs. The first 2, then the second 2, and then the third 2. Now you've got 3 pairs. Remember, the arrow to the left means less than or smaller, and the arrow to the right means greater than or bigger. So in the first one, you need to use your 2 numbers so that it says this one is bigger than this one. In the second one, it says this one is smaller than this one. And in the last one, this one is bigger than this one. And that's the end of page 7. Page 8. Choose numbers and round them to the nearest 10 and 100. Remember that when it's 25, you round to the next highest number. 750, you go to the next highest, which is 800. If it was 749, you would round down to 700. So you're answering these questions. Numbers that round to 50 to the nearest 10. Here are examples of numbers that will do that. Then you answer these questions with 5 answers each. And that's finished. And then our last page, roll the dice to make a 3-digit number. Those 3 dice would be 641. You write that here. You round to the nearest 10, you round to the nearest 100. Then you do the same for all of these. Now, arrange the numbers from smallest to largest and write them in order. So if the smallest number is this one, you write it first, and then you write numbers continuously until you get to the biggest one. So it's a sequence. And that's the end of the maths work for today.